Hey everyone, this is Karen Waksman, founder of Retail MBA. Today we're going to be talking about category managers at chain stores. So if you have a great product and you're trying to sell to chain stores and you've heard the term category manager, this training will give you some things to think about in regards to how it can support you in sales with retail chains. With that said, let's get started on today's training. People always ask me, how can I build long-term relationships with retail chain store buyers? And it's a complicated question because it depends on where you are in that relationship with the buyer. If you're just getting started versus if you've been building a relationship with the buyer for a while and you want to continue to do, that's a very different situation. When you're first starting with a retail buyer, their biggest thing is you have one shot to prove to me that this thing is going to sell. And if this doesn't sell, then we don't really have much to talk about because they're going to look at the sell-through rate. They're going to look at the data behind what happened. And that's your shot to wow them, right? Which is incredibly stressful. But at the same time, when it works, it's very exciting, right? We all want that win. So initially, to build that long-term relationship, you need to have the product sell. And how that works for you is based on you. How bad do you want it? If you really want a long-term relationship with a buyer, find out how you can help them sell the product to convert more sales. And ultimately, that means using your brain and figuring out how you're going to throw in to get the word out about your product once it's in their stores. That will build a long-term relationship with the buyer because she loves that and also she's in it to make money. That's what their whole business model is, trying to sell things. If you can help them do that, builds long-term relationships. If you've already been selling to chain stores, then your job is to figure out how to keep selling that product and also how to not be annoying. And that's where it gets to if you're shipping the products wrong, if you're late, if you're not following instructions. They have a grading system with vendors, and that is a big deal for the buyers because you might have a great product, but if you're not enjoyable to work with and you're stressing her out, she'll find someone else who can fill those shoes because she already knows your product will sell. So part of it is you have to be on your toes once you get that relationship. I've seen so many people get complacent. They just expect the reorder, and then one day the reorder is gone. A new person comes in. I have clients who've been working with chain stores for years and years and years. One chain store just keeps giving them reorders. They get comfortable. They don't have to do anything. They just get the order. And then one day it's gone and then they're crying. And I always know what happened. You basically didn't help them along the way. You just expected that order. You became fat and happy with joy and money and all the things, but you didn't work at that relationship yourself. And so it happens 99% of the time where it's usually you are not doing your part to ensure constant scale and growth, which can be tiring, but if you think about the return on investment in terms of money, then it can be a really great opportunity for you, meaning many millions of dollars to your business and your bottom line if the product sells well in their stores. So the bottom line is, how bad do you want it, and what are you willing to do to keep making sure that relationship is a very fruitful one, not just for you. This is Karen Waksman, Retail MBA. I hope that helped. If you want to learn how to approach, pitch, and sell to retailers, how to develop long-term relationships, marketing strategies, and so forth to keep that product alive, please take a look at our Retail MBA systems. We have coaching, we have done-for-you services, we have all the things listed on how to scale your business with retail. Karen Waksman, Retail MBA. Thanks so much.